The new cohort of pre-regs recently came in. What should their pre-regs be doing now to help them make the most of this next year?
So the pre-regs themselves should be preparing themselves and becoming familiar with the syllabus that they've been given by the GPHC, as well as the registration assessment framework, and in particular the weightings of the different areas within the framework. They should also be getting to know their new team and their new working environment that they're going to be in for the next year, and seeing what their role will be and where they fit into that. In addition to that, sort of allocating training time to themselves and using that training time effectively so that they're able to acquire that knowledge and sort of apply the knowledge that they sort of acquire during the training time into the actual role when they're working as a pharmacist.
In terms of like what are the common problems faced by pre-regs whenever they've started a new place? Is it just because they're a bit nervous, they don't know it very well, or sort of overwhelming?
So a lot of pre-regs have some issues with kind of confidence within their abilities. They forget that they've been at university for 4 years learning this kind of material, and now's the time to actually apply that material into practice. A few pre-regs also have a few issues settling into their teams and knowing what their role is within that team, as some teams haven't had a pre-reg before, or some teams are used to a pre-reg of a certain style, working in a certain way, and it's all up to pre-regs and the team to work together to sort of find that middle ground so that they're able to make the most of their pre-reg year and fit into that team that they're working within as well.
So I know during my pre-reg year, I was lucky enough to have quite a good tutor who was able to support me and help me, but even then I could have, had him babysitting me most of the time, looking after me. How can the pre-regs who are in now make sure that they get the most out of their tutor?
So making the most of your tutor is sort of playing with the strengths of that tutor. So a lot of tutors may have a strength in their clinical knowledge, their calculations, their over-the-counter knowledge, and in addition to that, leadership skills that they can pick up from the tutor and team management. That's something that we don't sort of place an emphasis on during the pre-reg year because we're so focused in the clinical and calculations and over-the-counter knowledge. But picking up all those different traits and sort of qualities that you need to be a pharmacist and to be a leader within a team, so that you're able to acquire that knowledge, so you're able to see where you fit into that kind of role and adapt your skills and knowledge so that you're able to become a better pharmacist overall, which is the aim of the year really, to gain those skills, not only to applying the knowledge that you've learned within the 4 years, but also the skills needed to be an effective and good pharmacist.
So what have Team PreReg got planned for this year to help the new cohort?
So this year we've released, this week we've released a new clinical knowledge guide where we've gone through the different clinical area and the curriculum that the GPHC have set and gone through each of the conditions that students need to know pitched at the right level for the exam. In the future, in the next few months, we are looking at releasing an OTC guide and another registrations question book in addition to that, as well as having our courses, our revision courses next April and May. The newest thing that we're doing this year in addition to that are our masterclasses where we spend a whole day on clinical revision or calculation revision for students to attend regionally in small group tutorials.